So this is supposed to be a video about me and Matt's second attempt this year to get up Mount Whitney. And things didn't go quite as planned. Our climb ended up turning into a rescue, and I want to make a video about it because I learned a lot of important stuff that I'd like to share, but I also want to do this in a way that respects the people involved, namely the injured parties, and you know, I want to be careful not to identify them or put them on video. So it took me a while to figure out how to present this to you guys. I don't make money on this YouTube channel, I never have, and you know, I just enjoy making videos and chronicling my adventures and sharing them with my family and friends and anybody else who wants to watch. But like I said, I think I have some important things I can show you guys. I'm going to show you what I can of this. I didn't record a lot of it because I just didn't feel like it was right to have my camera on, but I did leave it on a couple of times. So anyway, here's the video. I hope everybody will watch this and learn something from it.
All right, here we are, take two. October 14th. 2 weeks, actually it's still the 13th. It's Friday.
It is. Maybe we shouldn't leave till the 14th.
Yeah, we're gonna leave on the 14th. So we got permits and we are gonna try to summit Mount Whitney for the second time. Last time it was pretty damn snowy. We got turned around. We got a new plan. We got lighter packs. We're gonna take more time. It's 11 o'clock.
What do you got to say for yourself, Matthew, that you haven't already said?
I'm ready to do this time. Let's get up that goddamn mountain.
Let's do it.
Power Rangers unite. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Back in the portal. Me taking a video of Mike taking a video of me. Here we go again. The top is only halfway. And don't let this happen to you. All right.
Not this time.
All
right, I need a break, man.
Ah, Jesus. This looks familiar. Here we go. Mike's second attempt. In the same month.
Yep.
It's Friday the 13th, 11:05.
Who gets to do it twice in 1 month?
We're gonna rock it this time.
This is it. This is the time I'm gonna make it to the top. I'm already imagining myself on top of the 97 or 9,905 switchbacks. And we'll see where it goes from there.
It was good to be alive, brother.
Yes, it is good to be alive. Could be flowing a little more, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Whoa, shit!
Oh, Mike, what happened?
I just stepped right there.
Why'd you step right there?
I don't know, but I think my foot's dry.
It'll dry. You weren't in that
It's
long.
okay. It's so clear, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was grand. I'm like, when does this start?
All right, pay attention.
That's a big mistake when it's fucking freezing cold later, so do not step in the water. That's my one mistake I can make for the day. Yeah, that was smart. I stepped right in the water. It was so clear, it just looked like ground. Jeez, my foot doesn't feel wet though. I think I got away with it. This all started when we were about, maybe a mile into our hike. We started at about 11 p.m. or so. And we ran into two people who said their group was separated. And if we would keep a lookout for two groups of people. One was a couple, a man and a woman. And the other group was a man with two women. And they thought that they were lost, and that if, you know, just to keep an eye out for them. Anyway, so yeah, we said, yeah, sure, of course we'll keep an eye out for them. So we continued on our hike. Hello, we meet again. This time you shall be mine. All right, Matthew. Almost to the 3-mile point now.
Good. Okay.
Flavored water.
Michael, we made it to mile 3, entering the Whitney zone. How you feeling, Mike? Good? All right.
Doing all right.
We just ran into some hikers that are probably on hour 24. What time is it? It is 12:53, and they thought they were lost. Tell them that they were not lost, but they hit the SOS button, and they thought we were the rescue team.
We were. We actually,
rescued them. Yeah, we told them the right way. She was pretty out of sorts, but there we go. We're getting back at it.
Yeah, they didn't have Matt with them like I do.
That's right.
About 3 miles out, we ran into 2 of the people that they were asking us about. It was a man and a woman. They came out of the darkness. We saw their headlamps approaching while we were taking a break. And they said that they were lost and they looked pretty scared and kind of out of it. And we told them, you're not lost. You're actually on the trail right now. They said they'd been out for over 24 hours. And when we told them they were on the trail, they were so relieved. They were just so relieved. And we asked them about the other group. We said, we met your friends down at the bottom of the trail. They said there was another group, a man and 2 women. And they said, yes, there is, and we don't know where they're at. We think they're lost. So we said, yep, we'll keep an eye out for them. And then we continued on our way.
Okay, almost 1 o'clock.
I am battling my own brain a little bit. It's like, so couldn't you could just be in bed right now, you know? No, I can't be in bed right now. Well, yeah, the mind plays games, and especially after not making it maybe the first time and knowing what I'm in for. As for me, trying to get up Mount Whitney for the 2nd time in 2 weeks, I was doing pretty good. My strength was good. We were going at a nice, easy pace. Matt was really nice to me in that regard, because he can go as fast as he wants pretty much, but he wanted me to get to the top of the mountain, so he pretty much let me lead a lot of the way and go as fast or slow as I wanted.
So here we are at lunch stop. Our break.
Hello.
Lunch break. Mike's having a
Freezing cold right here.
peanut butter sandwich, no jelly.
I'm cheap.
I'll loan you some jelly. Beautiful out though.
It is. Why aren't we seeing more stars? Break time's over. Getting cold. Put on my windbreaker, mainly for the hood, but it's getting cold. This is the kind of shit we're walking up now. The altitude's getting to me a little bit. Okay, I know there's not much to look at here, but so me and Matt are about 4.7 miles out, and there's 3 people here that we found that got separated from their group, and their group earlier told us to look out for them, and they're laying in the middle of the trail, and one of the women is not in very good shape. She's asthmatic, she's having altitude sickness, and she can't move. They've got her in a bivy bag, and they're both huddling with her to keep her warm. She's really sick. She can't even move. So Matt's calling emergency services with his Garmin, and we've been here for about, I'd say, half hour, 45 minutes. And he's trying to, their phones died, their batteries, whatever. They have a Zolio like I used to have, but they can't text with it, and the guy's phone's dead. So we're here texting back and forth with the S.O.S people, and I don't know what we're gonna do. So Matt's trying to get an ETA on the when they can get somebody up here. Otherwise, we might just wait here. I don't know. We're the only ones that can communicate with S.O.S. We don't want to leave these people. I don't know what we want to do. So anyway, that's the situation right now. We could be here for several hours. It's pretty fucking cold, but that's okay. We're okay. Yeah, this person's not in good shape at all. So anyway, that's all. Obviously, I'm not going to put them on camera, so I came down the trail just to make this little recording. Okay, that's it. When we got to just about 5 miles out, we noticed some people laying on the ground in the middle of the trail on the granite, and they were covered in a bivy bag, and this bag was torn all the way down the side. It was basically doing nobody any good. And there's somebody in that bag, and then there's a person on each side of them huddling with them, trying to keep them warm, and all three of them were laying on the ground. Me and Matt figured, well, these must be the people. And we came up and asked them what was going on, and they said, yes, that's us. And I don't have any that's on video, so I'm just explaining it. The man was okay. He kind of got up and started talking to us. He said that he had sent out an SOS on his Zoleo brand satellite device. Now, I want to talk a second about this. He was able to send out an SOS signal, but because his phone was dead and his backup battery was dead, he was not able to communicate with the search and rescue people. He had no idea if they were coming or if they'd even gotten the message. At first, I tried to charge up his phone with my battery pack, but we didn't have the right charging cable. So Matt got in his Garmin and sent a message out to search and rescue. He hit the SOS button, and it took a while for them to respond. At first, they just said, yeah, we received your signal. And then here's the important thing. You need to be able to communicate with search and rescue. We communicated back and forth with search and rescue for hours. I mean, we were up on that hill for 5 hours, just trying to, search and rescue's trying to find out who's available nearby to help out, if anybody is, if there's a helicopter or what. And they needed to know the condition of the people that were hurt and where we were, if they could land a helicopter there, and if not, if we could get to a place where they could land a helicopter. Can we move this person? Back and forth it went. Then we ended up being connected with the local sheriff and talking to him about getting a helicopter out there eventually. So you need a device that you can text on without a phone. We're the only people up there. We started really early at night, and we didn't see any other hikers for at least 2 hours, I would say. So if we wouldn't have stopped, then, it would have been a lot longer for somebody to come and help them. So we just kept covering them up with blankets, tucking the blankets underneath their bodies, trying to keep them warm because they couldn't even hardly move. They wouldn't stand up. They were just kind of moaning, and they were in really bad shape. At least one of them had hypothermia and also had an asthma attack. We were able to locate their inhaler and help them with that. And it was just really cold. It was probably below freezing. And at a certain point, me and Matt were starting to get cold too. We were like on the edge of the hill, so we were really exposed to the elements. So we, at some point, we started stacking rocks on top of these Mylar blankets because they kept blowing off these people. And we put our backpacks in front of them, trying to keep the wind from getting underneath. And we even laid down and sat in front of these blankets and next to them to keep the wind from hitting them as best as we could. We were really worried. In fact, at one point, we were watching to make sure one of them was even breathing. So they remained huddled up there together for about 4.5, 5 hours while we talked to search and rescue. So Matt was really great. He talked to search and rescue, like I said, over and over again. There was a point where it was an hour between responses. Like, we asked them, do you have an ETA of when you might be able to get help up here? And they said, an hour later, they said, we don't have an ETA yet. So we had to wait even longer. And these people are great, by the way. You don't expect them to just show up. This isn't the movies where you're going to get a giant army helicopter and they're going to lower a gurney down for you. It doesn't work that way. You might not even be able to get anybody up there for a day or two or even longer. It happens. So we sat up there for about 5 hours, and the sun started coming up, and you can see a little bit of it in one of these videos here. I was trying to take video of the sunrise, and I was really trying to keep them out of the shot. I just didn't think it was respectful to video them at all. But you can't see their faces here or who they are, so that's where they were, right on the edge of the hill, right on the edge of a turn there in the trail. At this point, the mom was in the worst shape. She was suffering from what we believe was altitude sickness, hypothermia, and asthma, and just general exhaustion. And we thought if we can get her down to a lower elevation, maybe it'll help at least with the altitude sickness. But she just couldn't move. All right, well, here's an update. We're still here. It's daylight now. It's about 6:30, I'd say, in the morning, maybe later. And we're waiting for search and rescue to come. They're gonna bring a helicopter, and we've been wrapping them up in bivvies, and people walked by and offered their emergency blankets, covered up as best we can, but it's been windy and cold all night. Matt's been talking to search and rescue for hours and setting all this up. So I guess we're just gonna stay here until they come. A couple of their friends from their group came hiking up again. The first people we actually saw, one of the guys, and he had a sleeping bag with him. It was a 10-degree sleeping bag. So we got the mom into the sleeping bag and we discussed what to do. At that point, we knew we had a helicopter coming. It might be several hours or even longer, but they weren't going to be able to land near us. They're going to land about a mile down the trail below us at a outpost camp where there's a lot of flat terrain. So we decided to move her down there. I mean, we couldn't rely on them flying up and then carrying her down, coming up and grabbing her. We thought the best thing would do to be to get her down on our own. So we tried various methods of carrying her down in the sleeping bag.
Tell me when you guys need to go down, okay?
You're doing so good, Mom. You're doing so good. Yeah.
I got it, Ben. I got her. I got her, Ben. Stop for a moment. Just let Glenn come down.
Turn the patch up here. We'll put it down there for a second.
Need my help?
Hard for you to breathe. She needs to go down.
On a foot. Stand on
She needs to go down.
Do what?
She said it's hard for her to breathe too.
Okay.
Set her down, boys. All the way down. All the way down.
I can't do that.
Can't do that. Hurts your head. And he said once she gets there, they can plan a helicopter with her.
You're not the friend. You're doing so good. Everyone's going to be really good. You're going to get
I'm just gonna grab right here, just
I'll try.
Put the weight. I think we'll go longer.
You want me to
Between
help? We just talk to her. You just go. You just go fast.
You know what? We could.
This good? Oh, we're going to do this as long as we can, then we'll just sit you down if we're not. You just tell us it's not.
At least get to a flat spot.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing good.
Okay.
I'll try to give you some room.
Go break right here. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna do CPR if she stops breathing.
Right. 30 feet.
Let's go.
You got a mic? You want me to
I'll do a little bit.
Okay. And then I'll switch with you.
She's hanging there, Mom. Hang in there, girl.
Which path should we go? This way or down here?
Left.
Right, left. Okay.
Left over here. Steve here. I'll switch off from here, Mike.
Okay.
Let's put her down right before the downhill.
Good idea.
Okay?
Hopefully the loss of elevation will help, you know, too.
Yeah.
The faster we get her down. There's a good spot right here. Probably want to do it right here because it's rocky and steep from here on.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll request a helicopter to Outpost Camp. It will not be there till after 2.5 hours.
Well, that's better.
Keep trying to get her to walk and tell me when she. What are her symptoms other than weakness?
Unconscious, she's going in and out.
Yes. Borderline hypothermia.
Barely conscious. Falling asleep.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think it'll be okay. If you can make it this far, whoa. Right here.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1 down. You guys' names again? Matt and Mike, thank you.
Step, brother.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to grab it for a little bit.
All right.
Feel better. My hands.
Hopefully the altitude helps, man.
So I did it like this.
One hand or two?
I did one hand at first, and then I grab around the
Okay.
other. You want me to call it out?
Yeah, call it out.
2, 1, lift.
I can reach. Here?
Yeah, let's put it down on the rock right here. So
Yeah.
we're going down in 3, 2, 1. Up in 3, 2, 1, lift. Go right here, her butt right there.
Okay, I'll take the feet as far as I can.
2, 1. What are you doing? You want to switch?
I'll do one more.
Okay.
So, we got a long ways to carry this person down. We're supposed to fly a helicopter down here to pick this woman up. And we're carrying her down, well you saw, we're carrying her down in a sleeping bag. And there's only 4 or 5 of us that can do it. And, oh man, I've been walking a ways. They sent me ahead to go down to the camp here and see if anybody's willing to come up here and help carry, because we're gonna burn out way before we get even to where I'm at. And we gotta get her way down there somewhere. I don't even know. Also, when the helicopter comes, we're gonna have to move any tents that are in the way of where they need to land, and so I'll check that out as well. You know, it's partly altitude sickness. I don't even know what's going on, but she can't even stand up. So we've been carrying her since, you know, we're all carrying her. Some of her friends came back up, hiked up to find her. We saw these guys at near the bottom of the trail when we started last night. Matt talked to search and rescue on the Garmin satellite thing for hours. We were up there for hours. It was windy and cold, and got a hold of them. And long story short, yeah, man, this is a long ways. This would take us hours if it was just the 5 of us. Oh my God. Oh, and this isn't easy terrain to carry someone down either. I don't want to I don't know what you call it. I don't want to sensationalize or take advantage of the situation for video. I don't want to show I don't know. I don't want to show the people involved or that are injured, and I mean, people are going to wonder why I didn't summit again, and this is why. Oh yeah, here we are. Okay, we're down at outpost camp here. We started our hike at 11. We got to these people by 2 or 2:30, and we're just now coming down. I don't know what time it is. I can't grab my phone right now. I got gloves on and I'm trying to get down here and find some help from these people. I'm going to say this off camera because I don't want to point my camera at these people, but I was able to find 4 or 5 or 6 people. There's still a guy coming up, and I'm tired from the hike, man. But got some volunteers, man, men and women. It's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous landing here, so. Well, what the hell? Are they landing? I'm gonna grab my shit just in case. Are they not gonna land?
Grab our shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
top of her if they come over.
Oh, you better move her.
Move her. We gotta move her.
That's dangerous right there. I'd bring her behind this rock, dude. Because there's going to be rocks and shit flying. We're going to have to hide. Dude, we got to move her, man.
What do we do? Do we wave them off? Because we kind of thought that. Grab the toes.
We're moving, yeah.
Ready?
Should we go towards the creek? That's yeah, okay. That
Put
seems
her
like
right
the
in the bushes.
safest spot.
You got her?
Is anybody home?
Home? Tents?
Oh, wait, he's turning around again. Sorry, guys. It's gonna suck. Come back with your tent. Well, it was already in the bushes, so. Yeah, looks like it. Well, he's hovering still, but probably just checking to make sure it's flat. Yeah, he's going down. Well, it sounds like he landed over there. So the helicopter flew around. Matt was talking back and forth with them on his Garmin, and you know, they couldn't land where we were, so they landed about an eighth of a mile, quarter mile away in a clearing. And it turned out to be a CHP helicopter. You know, it's not search and rescue. They don't have, you know, some specially designed helicopter to lift people up into it like in the movies or anything. This was just a CHP helicopter with a pilot and one other guy. And so he came over and started talking to her, and eventually we got her to stand up. And him and another guy, I don't know if it was the pilot or one of us, I don't really remember, got her on her feet and just very, very slowly walked her to the helicopter. I mean, she was just in really bad shape. In fact, they flew her to the hospital in Lone Pine, which is right at the base of Mount Whitney. And after a few hours, they decided they needed to take her somewhere else, so they took her to a hospital in another town a few hours away. I don't know if they flew her there. I imagine they must have. And the good news is she was finally released from the hospital on Monday, which is yesterday, 2 days later. When we first found them, it was about 2 a.m. in the morning. And when the helicopter flew away with her, it was 11 o'clock. So, you know, this ordeal lasted about 9 hours for me and Matt. And so that was our day.
Here's the end of our day. Walking back again, empty-handed.
Hi.
No picture of us at the summit.
No,
But we did get somebody on a helicopter that probably was not going to make it at mile 5 coming down. Hypotherm, low oxygen, asthmatic.
Did they measure her oxygen or?
Yeah, 75%.
Oh, wow.
Down here. Yep. We got her to, what's the name of the camp right there?
Outpost camp.
Outpost camp. Long night. Saw her at 2, and now it is, what time would it be?
Fucking around 11, I'd say.
It's 11 o'clock. So 9 hours. Put her in Mike's bivvy. Put her daughter in Mike's bivvy rather. Got a bunch of space blankets from other people that were walking by. And whoa, there I go. I almost broke my ankle on that thing. Look at that.
Hey, make room.
There we go. All right. Anyways, that's our story. So now we're going back to have some breakfast and reevaluate our plans. Thank God for my GPS satellite communication device, Garmin. All right.
Yep.
We'll be back.
It's coming this way. Yeah, Mount Whitney does not mess around. Do not take it lightly. That's one thing I've learned in my hikes here twice. I want to say right now that me and Matt, of course, were not able to summit Mount Whitney that day, and I am more than okay with that. You know, I mean, the people thanked us, and you know, many times they're very grateful. And I said, hey man, I can't imagine anything more important than helping somebody out and saving their life. You know, the mountain will be there next year, and you know, climbing a mountain is nothing compared to helping out your fellow human being, man. And it was quite an experience. I'm still kind of tripping out on it and just kind of kind of in shock by the idea that this happened, you know. And Matt did a great job. We both just did everything we could to help. You know, I don't know what would have happened if we didn't show up. There wasn't a lot of people hiking by, and in the end, it was a team effort getting her down the hill. And I just want to say to anybody who was there that happens to be watching this video, I'm glad we were there to help. You know, like I said, I can't imagine doing anything more important in my life than helping somebody like that. It was a scary situation for everybody, especially for the people that needed our help. And but I learned a lot, and we all did, I'm sure. And I want to share what I learned in just a minute. I think some of it's very important. As I put this video together the last couple days, you know, watching some of these scenes, just remembering it was, you know, it's emotional for me to watch. So I felt weird about making this video. So I'm, like I said in the beginning, I'm trying to be respectful for everybody involved. And if there's anybody that watches this that was there and isn't happy with this video, please let me know. You know, I'm doing my best to keep everybody anonymous and be, you know, respectful. And, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not like some news reporter. I'm going to go out there and stick my camera in people's face. And I just thought this would be a good learning experience. And people are going to wonder why I didn't summit Mount Whitney again. And again, I'm totally fine with it. This was incredible. And I'm so glad we were there. And I'm so glad we were able to make a difference. It's just so unbelievable. I'm just so glad we were there, you know. And so if I can share my experience, if somebody can learn anything from this, that'd be awesome. That's the point of this video, really. I want to show you a couple things I've learned, and that's coming up now. I want to say, you know, like I said, I've learned some very important things, and I want to share them with you guys because I think it's super important. Number one, if you're going anywhere like Mount Whitney, in fact, if you're hiking pretty much anywhere, bring a bivvy. Okay, a bivvy is like a Mylar sack. It's often painted orange on the outside. And you, and you crawl into it when it's really cold or when conditions are bad, and it'll keep you warm. If you're waiting for search and rescue, or if you just need to get through a cold night, it can save your life. Matt's been in one before. I've been in one before. And in fact, the girl that used it last Saturday used my bivvy bag because theirs was torn up and useless. So bring a bivvy. Second of all, and when I had my Zoleo satellite device, I really liked it. I think Zoleo is a great company. They have great customer service and they have a good product. They really do. And I hate to say this, but don't buy a Zoleo until they come out with a model that has a screen on it that you can text through. Because if you have to rely on your phone being operational, you could be in a lot of trouble. When we reached these people, they had their Zoleo sitting on a rock and the guy said he'd sent out an S.O.S. However, his phone was dead and you cannot text through a Zoleo device without having a phone connected via Bluetooth. So he was stuck. He couldn't communicate. He couldn't tell them anything. So if you have a Zoleo and your phone is dead or the screen goes out or you break your screen or it gets wet, you're kind of screwed. On the other hand, me and Matt had Garmin's that have not only little screens on them, but buttons so you can text back and forth with search and rescue. And we did numerous times. Matt did. I mean, Matt used his phone to communicate, but if he didn't have his phone, he still could have typed messages on the device. And it could be the difference between life and death or getting somebody out there, you know, in 6 hours versus 2 days. It's not uncommon for search and rescue to take 2 days or to not even be able to get where you are. And if you don't know they're coming or if you don't know they're not coming, you don't know what to do. So I'm going to say, without hesitation, I'm sorry to say it, don't get a Zoleo if you're doing any kind of backcountry adventures. It doesn't have to be a Garmin. Get a satellite device that you can text straight from the device, because if you have to rely on your phone, you might be in trouble. That is one of the biggest lessons I learned from this. You got to have a good satellite system. And if you're going out in cold weather, Mount Whitney is no joke. People die out there every year. The helicopter pilot told us about some of these, and you know, the weather can turn quick up there, or you can get lightning storms. Come prepared. It's better to bring too much warm clothes than not enough. You know, I actually wish I had another pair of pants with me. It got kind of cold because when me and Matt stopped to help, we weren't walking anymore, and it got really cold for us as well. We were fine. We weren't going to freeze. And if you can, get off the granite, because the granite rocks were super cold and they just suck the warmth right out of your body. If you can get like under a tree, maybe there's some dirt or pine needles, try to do that. And try not to lay right out in the wind and in the elements. Try to get yourself up against some rocks or something. Now the guy said that when he reached that point coming back down the hill with the girls, that they just couldn't go on. They basically collapsed right there, and they're in super bad shape. Okay, this was really dangerous situation. And you know, so be prepared. Don't go out there if you're not experienced. You know, I had Matt with me. He's been out there many times. He's had other experiences as an ultra runner where, you know, he's helped people and where he himself was in trouble. You know, in my last video, you can see he had to get in a bivy sack himself once out in the desert, or he would have froze, literally. Just be prepared. Don't take it lightly, man. You know, if we wouldn't have showed up when we did, I think that woman might have died. So, I mean, according to search and rescue, we saved their lives. So I don't know what else to say. Things can turn for the worst very quickly. Just be prepared. In fact, one more thing I want to say is that I've talked to search and rescue people in the past, and they say that, you know, they're risking their life. Like, I talked to a guy once who rescued people out of the water. You know, they were gonna almost drowning, and he risked his life grabbing them out of the water, and they didn't have life jackets on the boat. They were drinking. They did all kinds of stupid craps. And you know, he told me that they appreciate it when people have done everything they can to protect themselves. I'm really glad I was there. Mount Whitney will be there for me next year to try, and I'll be in better shape for it. Thankfully, these people will be around next year as well. And that's infinitely more important than climbing some rock. Well, I hope everybody learned something from this video. That's my goal here. And be safe and have fun.